Hey guys, welcome back to the AWS Cloud Demos. My name is Murli and I'm a AWS Solution Architect and I'm a AWS Community Builder. So we will look into something very interesting today. We will look into the generative AI applications. How does a Amazon Bedrock help us building our generative AI applications? So we are building a very interesting AI application which basically takes a prompt and generates an image. Okay, so we will be using a third-party stable diffusion that takes natural language prompts, and then we will use those prompts to generate the images. Okay, so with Bedrock, AWS is providing developers access to the tools and computing power needed to build their own generative applications. Okay, so Bedrock is a part of AWS that offers developers access to the foundational models. Okay, and the tools to customize them for specific applications. So developers don't need to build their own infrastructure to train and host their applications. Instead, you can rely on the AWS cloud. Okay, so the goal of Bedrock is to make it is as easy as possible for developers to build and develop the generative AI application. So it does this by offering a foundational models, so the large language models, LLMs, built by the other companies to serve as a backbone to for a new application. So it partners with AI to 21 Labs, Anthropic, and Stability AI to offer these LLMs for developers, large language models. Okay, so developers can then add their own custom data to further train the model and build out their applications before deploying it with the AWS cloud. Okay, so how are we going to do it? So we will use Streamlit, which is our platform to experiment and build the generative AI apps. Okay, and for this demo you will see the code here. Please go to this URL and you should be able to go through the code which we will be using in this demo. Okay, so if you have not logged in into your console yet, please do log in. And if you're wondering how I got this dark theme, so you should be able to go to settings and then choose dark, or if you prefer light, then you can switch to light. Okay, okay, and then so before we jump into the demo, please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to like this video, and let's head to the demo. All right, so let's head to the Bedrock. I'm going to type Bedrock here and click on Bedrock here. And if you haven't started this yet, so this is a easiest way to build and scale the generative AI apps with the foundational models. Okay, let's get started with that. Now if you click on the model access over here, now you should be able to see these different models that we already have, which are third party companies which provide these models, large language models, right? So as we have discussed, so initially you might not have access to these. So once you land on this page, so you're going to click on edit and select all these models, and then click on save changes. So once you save changes, you are basically requesting access for these models. Okay, in my case I've already done it, so I'm not going to do anything right now. So I've already have access granted for my applications. Okay, so what you can do is just go ahead and edit an access request for these models, and then once you get the approval emails like you see on the screen, and then once you get the approvals, you just need to use these. Okay, so if you go to overview, yeah, or maybe on the left side of so you can see the image, right? So if you can click on the image, so you are using the Stability AI to generate the image, generative AI image. Okay, so I'm gonna type something like a cat on the bike or something like that. Okay, so let's run this prompt. Okay, let's see what our Stability diffusion will generate an image. Okay, so there you go. That's a cool image which is generated by our Stability diffusion, which is pretty nice. A prompt which is converted to the image. Okay, so this is now we have demoed that in the console. Also you can try out chat if you want. Also you can try out text and summarization. There are a whole bunch of tools available for you in the Bedrock which you can start working with these things. All right, so for now I'll focus on the image. Okay, if you haven't checked out this project yet, just go ahead and copy the URL, and let's head back to the terminal. I hope this is visible, right? So I'm gonna clone this repository. So by the way, please don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn or GitHub. So now this is my repository, so I'm gonna check out my project and cd into the AWS Bedrock generative AI. So I'm here in the AWS Bedrock generative AI. So basically, I've already created a file called requirements, which is requirements.txt. So you have the requirements for this project, which you can see here. We will be using Streamlit, LangChain, Border3, as you see in the code. So I will give you a bit of a walkthrough in the code as well. Okay. So now that I have this, if you are starting from the beginning, so what I would suggest is go through this readme document here. So how do you get started? I've listed out all the steps. So first you need to clone that, and then you will be running the requirements text. Okay, so just copy that and just paste that in your terminal. You should be able to install all of that. So in case if you do not have this pip, you might need to install the latest Python, and you can use pip3. Yeah, you can use pip3. Yeah, looks like I have already I've already downloaded all the required software for this. I'm just going to clear this out. If you haven't run that step, please do make sure that you you install all the requirements that is needed for the demo. Okay. So you're done with that, and now I also have created a Docker file which you should be able to run the application in your container. Okay, so I've added the container commands as well. So you can see I'm going to run the Streamlit app, and I'm going to run this Python file, which is image generation. Okay, so for this I'm just going to copy the image. Okay, just right click, paste. I'm just going to enter my password, enter. So that is going to build my generative AI application locally. Yeah, it is very quick because I've already built the image. So this is all cached. So that's why it was pretty quick. In your case, it might take some time. So please be aware of that. And now you have successfully built the generative AI image. And now let's go ahead and copy the other one, which is basically run the image on port 8501, like you see, -p, and in a detached mode. And also once you stop the container will be removed. Okay, and we are also mounting a volume. Basically, we are copying our local AWS credentials to our app, so that our container app will have the AWS credentials to run the application. And this is my image name. Just hit enter. So you should be able to run the container. Okay, so let's clear this out, and now docker ps -a, which will give you my running container. Amazing, which is running which has started. So basically I can use this port, and if you go to the URL localhost 8501, okay, just hit enter. So there you go. You have now a wonderful AI where you have this stable diffusion, where you should be able to. So basically, we have a bunch of styles predefined. So for example, let me take a fantasy art, and I'm gonna make some prompts over here. Okay, so I'm gonna say thunder lightning during rain. Let's see how it's gonna generate. So now it is trying to generate the image. So let's wait for a second. So there you go. So this is wonderful. You have now able to generate an image using our stable diffusion AI. Okay, and so you can see it is wonderful. And now you can also choose a different style. So if you want a cinematic experience with this, and now generate an image. There you go. It is very nice. And also try a different prompt now, which is Pikachu, maybe cinematic, and Pikachu cinematic. Okay, let's try Pikachu cinematic. All right, and now generate the image. Now it is running in the background, and that should be able to generate an image. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's pretty much what we have done in this demo. And now you should be able to use this and deploy your own app in your or maybe you can run your container locally, and you can use the generative AI instead of using the third-party APIs or third-party apps or something like that. So you can generate on your own. Okay, maybe you can use these images for your content and can use it anywhere. All right. So, and you can also try out different styles that you have here: neon, punk, maybe let's try this one. Let's see how that's gonna appear. Still running in the background. Yeah, there you go. They are very, very nice, and we are using the stable diffusion for this demo. All right. So that is Bedrock. Okay. So make sure. So to run this demo, you should be able to have the modal access granted. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to run. Okay. So we are using the Stability AI, Stability Diffusion XL for generating this. All right. That's pretty much what we want to discuss. And now let's go back to the code. Okay. Let me go back to the code. There you go. And now if I open up my image generation.py, so this is my Python file where I'm using the Streamlit. Okay, so we are this is the title that I want to set for my application. These are different styles that I have as a presets where you can try out for generating a different images. Okay, so this is the Boto 3 client which is supporting our Bedrock runtime. Okay, so now the Bedrock API will call the which will call the generate image function, which will basically call the API of our stable diffusion, and that generates an image. Once the model generates the image, so we will use the Python imaging library PIL to decode the base 64 image and display it. Okay, so that's all we are trying to do. And also we are making it interactive with those drop downs over here, and you should be able to select all these and try on your own. Okay, yeah, there you go. And then yeah, and also in the Bedrock you can also try the text and chatbot if you want. I also have some scripts available for the chat Bedrock. You can also try this chat Bedrock. This is a chatbot that you can build locally. Okay, you can run that. And now if you, and there are also other example applications where you can also try text, and also you can also try out the different base foundational models as we have discussed. And yeah, you can try it on your own. And also if possible, you can also use Streamlit to deploy your app like this. Deploy your app, so you might choose a Streamlit community cloud, or maybe you can customize your deployment. It's totally up to you, but you now know how to create your generative AI images. So yeah, go through this readme. You should be able to understand all of these and how to run your applications. Okay, so please feel free to check out this project. Please feel free to fork it. Please feel free to star this project, or maybe please feel free to follow me on GitHub and also LinkedIn, and I will paste the links that I have used in this demo. Hopefully that will help you understand how to use Bedrock in your applications, for especially generative AI applications. Okay, so I hope you liked this video, and please don't forget to follow me, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel AWS Cloud Demos, and please don't forget to like this video. And thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.